Okay, guys, it is July 17th. First and foremost, thank you. I know you guys are all busy. Your schedules are busy. Looks like we've got some folks from pretty much all over the world. And we've got our hands on something very special. If you didn't have an opportunity to make it tonight, and somebody on this call has passed you this recording, it's because we value your opinion as a leader in the community. The one thing we all have in common is we're all currently building Cloud Token. We're all sitting pretty high in Cloud Token. It seems to be one of our main deals, and so we want to kind of approach this in a very professional way. We're introducing this tonight. Just to a handful. You can see we just have a handful of key leaders on the call here tonight. Luigi and I had an opportunity to sit in on a call a few days ago, and I'm going to let Ron introduce Huascar. But we got an opportunity to sit in on a call, I don't know, maybe a week ago, and really have an inside look at this before the public gets a chance to see it. And the reason why we're excited is because we have all come to love the transparency of Cloud Token. I mean, we can all probably agree that we've not seen something as transparent as Cloud Token before in the space. And we love the technology, we love the transparency. Well, one of the things we noticed here is that same level of transparency, the same level of professionalism, some amazing technology that is driving this business opportunity. And for those of you that don't, and I don't know, maybe some of you do, some of you don't, I'm going to let Ron introduce Huascar, who is one of the owners. I'll let him explain how there's a board of directors and positions and all. But I've personally, and I know Luigi and I know Faith, and I don't know about all you other guys and ladies. Looks like we've got one more person in the attendee list, Luigi. I don't know if it's too late to bring them over.
It's not too late, but I don't have control, so it's going to have to be Mr. Lopez to be able to bring him over. He has control.
Okay, so if you want to go to that attendee list and bring Dr. King Crypto over, I think that's Tony waiting to get in. I've known Ron Pope now for, I guess, maybe 6 years, 5 or 6 years. Worked with him on another project. We had some real good success. And then Ron kind of branched off from there and launched his company, which is the Conversion Pros. Everybody's maybe heard of it or at least using it on this call. And I know that Ron stepped away from really doing anything in the network marketing space because it was kind of a competition to his business.
I make you host, Jim. Sorry about that.
Okay. You made who the host?
You, Justin, so you can.
Okay, I got you. Let me bring him over. Okay. Here we go.
You can make me, you can turn me in a co-host.
I will. I'll co-host you right now. It only says make host, so I'm just going to go ahead and make you the host for now. And so when Ron called me, and like Luigi said, I mean, we're having, again, the people that are on this call, we're having a lot of success with Cloud, and we don't want to distract teammates. We want people to continue to build. It's difficult in this space for 99% of marketers to build multiple streams of income. But you guys are the ones we believe have the ability to do that. And when Ron called me, we started talking about crypto, and he talked a little bit about Huascar, and he talked a little bit about his business partner and just their success in crypto and Bitcoin, and then started to talk a little bit about this business. It stood out. It's different. And you guys will see this. It's different from all of the other deals in this same type of trading space. And so I trust Ron. I know Luigi and Faith trust Ron. I mean, if Ron and his legal team put their due diligence on something, Plus, I know Ron and Huascar go back a long time, and I'll let Ron introduce himself a little bit further and Huascar. But guys, I believe you're in for a real treat once you understand exactly what we have our hands on. And so I'm just going to go ahead and pass it over to you, Ron.
Thank you, Justin. Appreciate that. And really appreciate you and Luigi putting all this group here together for us to present to you today. And I know that you guys hold them in high standard. And so we will do our best to connect with them, present to them. We're not gonna sugarcoat anything here tonight, guys. It's just a straightforward, this is what it is. I think that you guys will all connect with it on a different level. Something might be of interest to you that maybe doesn't connect with someone else, but you're going to see this is multifaceted, and it really is quite amazing. So how did I get here? Well, Justin, you covered a lot of my history there, and I appreciate that. Huascar and I do go back a little bit further than Justin and I do, and it was another project that I was running. When I left the U.S. Air Force, I went into the mortgage industry, and I'll just give you a quick background on myself. I went through the mortgage industry for several years, became one of the top earners on the West Coast, opened up my own mortgage and investment company. And through that, I learned Forex, how to lay Fibonacci's, read candlesticks, all of that. Became a very proficient trader myself. Well, that also took me in the direction of software. I helped develop a bot several years ago called FX Fighter, excuse me. And so as I continued to work with that, I had the opportunity with my mortgage and investment company to retire at a very young age of 30. I got bored very quick and realized that I needed to get working again. I needed to get busy. I was too young to really check out at that point. And that's when I started getting headhunted. When I made the announcement I was back, I started getting offers from companies globally. And so I took one out of Hong Kong. It was a network marketing company. I went in as vice president for that company. Built that to the tune of about 252,000 people in my downline. That was my personal downline on top of helping run the company. And we were in 49 plus countries at that time. And so I understand, you guys, where you're coming from. The reason I'm going over this, I want you to understand what my history is, so that you understand. You're talking to someone who gets being in the field. It gets being a leader. It gets the sacrifices and looking for the right opportunity at the right time. I understand all of that. I've sought them out as well as I've created them. Huascar and I had the opportunity to meet actually after I resigned from the company out of Hong Kong, Kowloon, and I came back to the States. It was a company called My Fun Life. It was a travel company. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them, but Huascar very quickly became one of our top leaders. He is in Dominican Republic. He had the opportunity to really shine at that point. And what it did was he became more than just a leader. To me, he became a friend. We got the opportunity to go out and consult with the government there in Dominican Republic. And I spent about 2.5, 3 weeks in Dominican with Huascar. And I got to know his heart. I got to know where he was at, mentally and emotionally. And at the time, Huascar wasn't in a very good financial place. And Huascar, the only reason I say that is because of where you are today. Okay. I'm not going to, drag things out here, but at the time, when I met Huascar, he was, he wasn't doing the best financially. Okay.
You can say it, bro. We can say I was broke.
Okay.
Yes, I was.
So, he was humble too, though. Okay. I mean, he cares about his people. And that's how this company, Cash Forex Group, became. Is Huascar, when I resigned from My Fun Life due to differences with the founder there, but when I resigned from that company, Huascar and the other leaders kind of went their own direction, and Huascar went into crypto. And he told me what he was going to do, and I said, "Man, I wish you luck with that. I think that'll be a great venture for you." At the time that he went into dealing with Bitcoin, it was not what it is today. All right. It was a fairly new industry. Huascar is one of our pioneers. He is somebody who really helped the industry become what it is today. and he's been very, very well rewarded. He's gone from a broken Honda Civic, living in a small apartment in Dominican Republic, or excuse me, in Santo Domingo, to flying private jets and living the life that everybody here would love to live. Okay. And he's had the opportunity to do that through what I really like to lift up is morals and values. Okay. Never once did he compromise his morals and values. And so that has always spoken in volumes to me. And so here we are today. Waskar calls me and he says, listen, I've done extremely well. I'm not going to give you exact numbers, but we can say thousands of Bitcoin he's been able to, generate. And the reason I put that out there is not to tell you what his personal wealth is, but to tell you he understands how to generate Bitcoin. All right. He understands how to multiply Bitcoin. And so with all of that, he calls me and says, I want to launch this project and I need a good, solid software company behind me. And I'd like to work with you on it. And so we went through the due diligence process and, we, like Justin said, I can't jump into just anything. We, at the Conversion Pros, we don't promote individual network marketing companies because we support dozens of them globally. All right. The Conversion Pros is a online software company that's in 57 countries right now. And we've got 5 more countries waiting to open. So I'm a busy guy. I'm sure all of you guys are busy. But I'm not about to risk anything that I've built to this point, nor are you guys. Okay. So Luigi, I can completely appreciate what you said here at the beginning of this call. I understand you have a certain way to roll this out, a certain way that it needs to roll out for you and every single leader on this call. Okay. We went ahead, the Conversion Pros, we went ahead and took on the contract. It was fairly short notice, but we've worked around the clock to get the company up. There's still some things that we're doing on the software side that are being finished up here in the next 2 weeks. But we've got an amazing system in place for these guys. And so opportunity, timing, all of that, it couldn't be better. When Justin and I were talking, he's like, wait, you need to get on with Luigi and I think what you have is a perfect fit. And I loved it, Luigi. We were about halfway through. Waskar and I did a personal presentation for him and Justin, and we were about halfway through, and Luigi finally, he just unmutes it, and he just goes off, this is perfect. He said, our team's been asking for something, and it couldn't be better aligned than this right here. We have so much synergy, and I just loved your excitement. It was raw emotion, and I look forward to, seeing that here through the other guys here tonight. But anyways, guys, so in a nutshell, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be talking with you. I'm more than honored to be, working with each and every one of you guys, have an interaction. I'm someone who puts a team together. I got guys that worked for me 19, 20 years ago that are still with me. All right. It's because I look for good guys. And that's why Justin, Waskar, and I are still friends. It's why we still interact. It's why we still do business together, because we know we can trust each other. We know that, those morals and values are not ever compromised. And so one of my close friends here, guys, is Waskar Lopez out of, I believe you're still in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. And so, guys, without further ado, I want to give you the co-founder and head of Fx Forex Group, Mr. Waskar Lopez. Waskar, come out and say hi to everybody, bud.
Thank you very much, Ron. I really appreciate your words, your kind words and sincere words. And I feel the same about you. It's really good to have people that match your way of life, what you represent as a man of family, and your ethic and how you behave in different businesses. So I really appreciate you as a good friend. And thank you, everyone, for giving me this opportunity to present this project that I am deeply proud of, and that it took me about 10 years because all of you know that the goal for any person, in business is to have their own business and to create something that brings value to thousands of people, thousands of families, to help others. So today I present to you this project very humble and with the hope that you embrace this vision as we are, and with the goal to help many of you to keep growing, in this industry. So, by the way, I feel very proud of the work that the Conversion Pros is doing for us. Thank you very much, Ron, and you guys are very professional. We put together a system really, really fast. We've been doing this project without stopping every day, working very, very long hours since the last 8 months. And we've been doing very hard. Like, this is a project that from the concept, the technology, the people behind it, and everyone in the team is really focused to make this one of the best companies in the world, and to bring, you know, education and to bring light to a lot of people, to help people. Those doesn't have any team behind them, those people that they don't have much money in the bank, but they wanted something else. So this is all about to grow and to help others put together a system to complement of what they're doing, you know? So good evening, everyone. Thank you again. And I'm gonna share my screen. I believe that you all are leaders here on this call and you're part of the team. So if you feel to raise their hands or the mic is open, you know, and you want to ask any question, I don't want to go over like a really formal presentation, because the thing that I would like, if I were in your position, is to understand the key things about this project and understand the element that differentiate from other projects out there. So basically, we are a group of people, individuals, young entrepreneurs with the vision of putting together a company that manage capital in the Forex market, combines education, and we are a decentralized company, but most important, we are transparent company. We are registered in Panama City with offices there. And we have put together really, really good friendship and also a partnership with a few institutions. And there are institutions in the market that are brokers, really important brokers. We have 3 of them right now. Also financial institutions and exchanges around the world, because how we operate. Because we operate with cryptocurrency. We're gonna find out a little bit more ahead of how we put together this ecosystem. But the most important thing in this page is all those institutions right there, financial institutions that regulate our brokers. There are brokers that we have partnered that are over 100 years. There are banks already, and they are really, really tight on this procedure that they follow. They follow procedure like to prevent money laundering, to prevent that you need to justify your funding and everything. So we come across many obstacles to create this ecosystem, not only to be able to operate, but also to be able to make the transition from crypto to fiat, because we're going to talking about Forex. Our philosophy is transparency. You know, I've been in many programs, many companies. I'm very passionate about network marketing. I love to build. I love to be with people, and I like to keep growing as a person. So network marketing is one of the best for people to grow. And unfortunately, in the market, there's many programs that are ghosts. They don't show anything. They don't have anything. They sell you air, you know, smoke. So right now we are going in the right direction to show people, all our members, our operations. We're gonna have a tool that we're gonna call Web TV, and all the indicators and all the financial transaction, we're gonna show it to you with the integration with their back office. Ron is gonna be very important part of this process, and applications that we're gonna be able to, you're gonna be able to see our main account on our brokers. So this is very, very important to differentiate this company from other companies out there. Our vision is to improve the life of the user through advanced technologies. We're gonna have a really, really strong leadership system to encourage people and to help people and to be an example in their communities. So basically, as I said, to be one of the top companies in the world out there to combine algorithm, market, and interactive program to learn. I don't know if you've been in contact with companies that are, they have their academy, but we're gonna have our main product is gonna have an academy. I don't know if you want to learn or if you want to make money. You're gonna have both here. Okay, so our e-learning system integrated with our company is gonna be different because people is gonna be in touch with another person. People are gonna be follow up. I don't know. I'm hearing myself. I don't know if it's my signal or.
I think it's gone. You should be all right.
All right. So basically, we're gonna integrate that. Forex market, I'm not gonna talk much because all of you know that it's one of the most liquid and consolidated markets in the world. It's a $5 trillion market a day. There are many institutions, financials, banks, people, individuals that work here 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. Operation goes through. Even though our strategy is very, very tight in terms of risk management, and we do our operation really fast, 2 hours, 3 hours a day, and we're out and we make money, steady money. We're not talking about huge amount of money, or you're not gonna see like any high percentages to impress you. We're gonna show you what it is, a really risk management project where your money is gonna be protected and you're not gonna lose your money. That's our main goal as a company, that you make money steady every day. All right, so Bitcoin, we operate Bitcoin because we don't have, or we don't see any other way to operate worldwide and to be decentralized without regulations upon our heads or looking over our shoulders, but to be faster and efficient. Anybody can access their funds right away. We pay instant. We opened the doors pre-launch, soft launch 3 days ago. Today is the third day, and you're about to hear, or what you're listening is really, really ahead of the world. You guys are here because Ron have access to this information, because Justin put together this webinar for you guys and his team, and you're gonna take advantage of this if you can see this vision, because you're ahead of thousands of people, and you're one of the first groups to hear about this. So basically, that's why we choose to operate, and we put together a system, an ecosystem to go through receiving Bitcoin, send Bitcoin, convert to fiat over the agreement with financial institutions, exchanges, and to get the money to the brokers. So you're gonna, what you see is what you get. So there's platforms out there or company that are not, they have good intentions, but unfortunately, good intention don't achieve success. You have to know what you're doing in order to be successful and to be in the market for a long time. So basically, our product is really simple. It's a Trade Academy product. Why Trade Academy? Because it's a educational program tied up with a corporate account trading. So how many times you see projects out there, or they are a trading company or they are educational companies, So we combine these two worlds to provide people the ability to earn while they're focused on the learning side. So basically, if you're, let's say, busy in another thing, another project, or if you're out there on the beach, or if you want to make money in autopilot, you can do it here, because that's what we have. We have 3 stages: elemental, supreme, and advanced. And this academy, our vision is to have trade of the art, like one of the most top of the line academy, you know, with few people. Our teachers have more than 10 years of experience. We're brought together a really special team to provide a personal assistant to each one of those people that want to go over the program. So basically, we operate as I told you. We put together corporate account, and that allows us to manage the capital, different parts of the world, with absolute security and transparency. Basically, we have something special. I've been blessed to have around really, really special people around the world. And I met really highly expert people in the programming and put together algorithm. And we already have 2 algorithms that we're working on. And we have 11 people working on our trading right now. Our goal, our main goal, is to have a huge floor of our own company working in trading. And we're gonna fly out people. We're setting up really, really nice offices in Panama, where you guys are gonna be able to fly and go and spend a really nice weekend and see our main ops there. And it's a really strategic point, you know, area or zone that we put together with Panama City. We have a really good relationship with the new president that has a really good friendship with us. And we have many businesses there as well. So basically, I tell you this because you need to know that we are in solid ground with this project, and we are taking care of each one of these details, so we don't have any issue on the way. All right. So basically, our main product is this Academy packs. People, I know that people may have that you can see, like our leaders, everybody have $3,000 to start their own businesses. Is really cheap. Well, there's countries and people that probably don't have $300, and they need to get it, because this is the cheapest way to get into this program. It's the only package, the minimum package that we have. And this, as you see, have a breakdown of 30% to the academy in every package. 30% is the value of our product, and 70% goes directly to our broker. So listen up. This is the most important thing that I can say. We don't touch people's money. We don't touch deposit money. And you know, there are many companies that tell you one thing and do another, or to take money from new people to pay old people. And that's one of the first reasons why they broke, and they break companies in 8 months, 6 months, 4 months. So they are out of business because they can no longer pay, because they are not doing anything. So we tell you upfront, straight up, 30% of all products is what you're paying or you're buying for our product. Our main product is Academy packs. Then 70% goes directly to our broker. The points that you see there, for the total amount of money, half is in points for our leadership program. You're gonna see that you be able to earn really, really good prizes or award for the leadership program.
Can I jump in real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So just because we've gone through this, and I love the presentation, but I think it's important for everybody to understand before we get into the compensation plan around the building, for everybody to really understand, you already touched on the transparency. You know, I can't speak for all of the Forex deals out there because there's, I mean, gosh, there's so many of them. But I can say that the ones that I've looked at don't have any transparency or proof of actually trading. One of the things you mentioned on that call last week, and I know you're going to touch on this, is we only have the ability to withdraw our profits from the actual trade account once a week, which makes...
Oh, yes, yes. Correctly. Once a week, yes.
Once a week, which makes sense to me because it's very difficult. People don't understand to get money in and out of the Forex takes time. And so when a Forex deal tells you that you can withdraw daily from your profits, that's a red flag for me. And when you mention that, it just lines up. Monday through Friday is the, you know, Sunday night through Friday is when the Forex market is open. And we get to withdraw those funds. And so I want you to touch on that, but I also want you to talk a little bit more. And I don't know if you're willing to show us that MetaTrader account like you did on the first. Talk a little bit about that algorithm, because I know, and Ron's smiling, and I'm saying this because everybody's going to want to know this. You know, I'm not going to mention any names, but I've got pitched 4 or 5 Forex deals in the last year. And I want to tell you guys, I haven't joined any of them. And I didn't join any of them because 30 days after I got pitched, I would follow up with a few people that I knew got involved. And every single one of them would tell me that they're not making any money from the trading. They're only making money from the building. And again, that's a red flag. And so Huascar, when he talks about being connected to some very highly expert, educated mathematicians, really, that are building these algorithms, Huascar has the evidence and showed us what this trade account has been able to do. Just, I think it was like in the last 6 months, right, Huascar?
Yes, we saw more than a year and a half, 2 years operations with this technology. I was in Korea last March and with my partners there, and I've seen in calls and video calls, and then when I went there, we actually saw everything and understood better. But actually, we do have here, and I will when we get to that point, my account working live, and most of my friends, when I show them the records for 6 months that we've been making money over the 45 to 50% a month in our income, it's steady, you know, not like volatiles, you know, steady incomes.
Yeah.
That is the right earnings in Forex, because the psychology in trading is very important. And for a human, you can have like a really good traders, but in psychology trading, it's impossible for a human to maintain the average. Yeah, the average is really, really difficult. So the machines actually have the indicator, and the machine doesn't wait to make the move, because they already saw when you be able to see the volume or the changes, the machine already knows, because the indicators already tells them, and just jump in and close the sale or open and get into the sale.
Right.
So,
exactly. Well, Oscar, let me just make one comment there too, because I actually learned trading underneath Jared Martinez. He owns Market Traders Institute. It's the largest training company in the world for teaching people how to trade the Forex. I spent years working on it. And one of the things that he always teaches is take the human emotion out of your trading.
I was just going to say
That's what led me in the direction of a bot. And so when Waskar came to me with the bot, I'm like, the only way to take human emotion out is to take the human out of it.
That's right.
So, you know, that's what we do every day in our software programming is people will call and say, you know, we'll get customer support tickets coming in and they'll say this, that, or the other. And I'm like, well, that's not actually how it works, because a computer doesn't think like that. It just does. Okay. You tell it what the algorithm is, and you can turn your algorithm up to get those 45, 50, 60% a month, or you can go and turn it down for more security. Okay. And I'm not going to jump on anything that Wasser's talking about here, but
I know where you're going.
yeah, and just the reason I was already smiling was I had just sent him a message saying, hey, can you show him the trading from your phone? And then literally you said it at the same time. So.
but back to my original point, I
Both
you
at the
guys
same time.
is the separation here. And like you already mentioned, that trade, and for those of you that hopped on a little bit late, Luigi and I actually have a position. We took a position, and we took one of the smaller packages, and today they just kicked off the trade pool payouts, and so we got our first payout, and so we can see the percentage, and yep, very cool to be able to see that. And you guys will see it. Oscar is going to get into detail about the trading and the percentages as well as the academy. Thank you, guys.
Of course. Thank you, Justin. We do have a procedure, and we do have a strategy for our traders. And once they are in that strategy and then they stay on that, we be able to manage the capital in a secure and low risk manner. So basically our algorithm behind our traders and the strategy that we have with them, those are the key, and the ecosystem as well that we have, those are the key for the successful of this business. So basically what you need to know about these packages is that 70% of everything that you purchase goes to our broker. And then we break down the 30%, we give away 100% of the products.
100%.
100. Actually, we pay out almost 120% in our comp plan. This is one. I don't think they're like a legit company out there paying close to 100%, 120% in the comp plan. This is really, really powerful, guys, for an investor, but for the leader that wants to run a company, like, to build, is really impressive what you're going to see in the next few minutes. So basically the 3 levels are elemental with 4 packages. Well, I mean, 4 chapters, we're going to say. And these 4 chapters, every one of them have models, different models. $300 is $90 that you can be introduced to the Forex market. You're going to learn the basic and everything. 210 are going to the broker. And as I say, half of the payment is 150 is the points. Then is the middle, the supreme intermediate chapters. There's 3, 5, 10, and 20. And as you can see, the 10 here, 30%, which is 3,000, is the value of the package. And then 70% goes to the trader. We don't touch people's money. We don't have to, because the company make a lot of money in the trading and in other with the other strategies that we have as a company. Then the advanced 30, 50, and 100 is the 3 chapters that we have there. And it's really important that you to understand this academy is going to be implemented in a way that is going to break the standard in the industry, because we're going to have summits in really exotic countries. We're gonna have cruises with really big trading people in the world, famous traders. We're gonna have seminars. We're gonna be so much fun with this academy, guys. And for those who are making a lot of money building the network, or for those who been passionate to learn and celebrate their success trading on their own, those events are gonna be like a culture in this company. That's our vision as a company. So after that is the compensation plan. And as you see there in the title, 100% is share of the value of the product. Remember, 30% of what people pay, we're gonna share it. We're gonna share everything. So because we made this company for our leaders, we made this company to share everything and to not hold back the money of the compensation plan. And I think I always have to say it, I don't want to sound cliche or anything, but I think God put us with this idea. God intervened for making reality of this, because this is, when you break down this company compensation plan, you see that the numbers are really transparent and the numbers really make sense, and they are put in a way for people making a lot of money and change their lives. So we have two group of people: the bear capital, you know, those bears that are sitting there watching, they're learning, or they are in the beach making money every day. They don't build, but we have the possibility for them to make up to 2x, which is double of what they paying. Not only what they're depositing on the broker, but most, you know, the whole amount of they pay. If you pay $1,000, 700 will produce you 2,000.
Right.
You know, because 700 is what you have in the broker, but it's not about the time. You know, it's not about the amount. It's about the time that we're going to generate commissions, you know, earnings, and you're going to be able to make up to 2x. Now, if you're a bull, if you're running, if you like to build and you like what you see and you like to share, then you can have the possibility to make up to 4x, which is 400% of what you pay. This is really, really top of the edge possibility, because you have like a potential income really big. Now we have seven different, let's say, bonuses. And the trading pool is the one we pay daily from Monday to Friday while the market is open on Forex, okay? From Monday to Friday, you're gonna see the daily earnings, the percentage, and the earnings based on what the package, the deposit that you have on the Forex market, on the broker. Mm-hmm. Then the fast start is the recommendation. This trading pool, you can make up to 15% weekly. Let me tell you guys something. Let me tell you something. We've been exploring some strategies with a new team of traders that we have. And we have something really huge that I don't want to disclose, but I just want to say one thing. You can make up to 15% in one day, and you can make like that 50% for the rest of the week. Remember, you can make up to 15% of in 1 week. But what happens is if you make it in 1 day.
Wow.
If you make it in 1 day, so the rest 4 days, the remaining 4 days, they're already paying. So you're not gonna see any earnings, but because it's up to 15% a week. But I don't want to jump ahead of that, but actually you're gonna see 1.20, 1.5, 2%, and what we make, you're gonna be able to see it on the real account of the company. And this is the key of the transparency and what we are building for this community. Let me see, I have another, okay. So people are texting on the chat. I will move forward because I already have another another appointment also. Yeah. Okay, 50% of the product is every recommendation, you get 50% of the value of the product. If you recommended something for 10,000, 3,000 is the value of the package, you make 1,500. Okay, so for every sale, half of what the value of the product is, you make 50%.
And that's available to withdraw in Bitcoin real time immediately.
That's correct.
Guys.
From
so
these 2 days,
a 30K package, whatever that 30% is, that 50% start bonus, fast start bonus,
4,500.
There you go.
Yeah, I already withdraw 4,500 for a 30,000 package recommendation, and I have people recommending in those 2 days, and I have people put in like 10,000, and they already from fast start, they already withdraw 7,000. So pretty much impressive, this powerful, and just recommendation. We're not over the trading or all the bonuses. So basically, we choose the unit level because you can build without any worries. You can break down the numbers without breaking the company. Or if you see a binary in a company, you have a date for the ending of that company, because sadly, all binaries end up really bad because they cannot sustain in the time. So basically, we choose this beautiful uni level, and we're going to share 10% on the first 4 levels in your organization. From the remaining of that value of the package, which is 50%, you break down on these levels. 20% on the level 5, 20% on the level 6. Then you have 5% on the remaining 4 levels. And from the 11 until infinity, you get from 1%, 1.5, or 2%, depending on the leadership rank that you have. So it's worth it to build, and it's worth it to be in this leadership program. All these bonuses are network bonuses, and they are in the progressive capital pool, which allows you to all those earnings be credited for you to make 4X's, okay? To double, to quadruple your earnings. Okay, this is cut at the edge. This has never been done in the industry. This is additional. Our main core is the uni level, but you have a force matrix, 3x10. And this is really, really unique because it's fit up from the withdrawal fees. Many companies take withdrawal fee because the system costs money, the payment processor take percentages for in and out, the personal requirement on the company to be look up the the reports to pay out and everything. This is very delicate on the company to watch the money, but no company gives back anything. So we have the ability to charge 20%. If you withdraw $1,000, you're gonna get 800. You think, wow, it's a little bit high, but you're not really sad about it when you see this matrix, because for the first time, any investor, people, there are bears, they're on the beach, or they're not building, they can get really, really accelerate their packages because of the people they have down, the people that are falling because there are a team above them that are building. So basically, from that $200 left, we share 100 on this matrix. Mm-hmm. If you break down those commission on that $100, we pay $10 on the 10 level, $10 on the 9 level, $20 on the 8 level, $30 on the 7 level, and that's so on until we get to the first level. First levels pay less because it's less people. Lower level pay more because there's more people. And this is really unique because I remember for the first time when Ron get this compensation plan, he break down and he put an Excel sheet and run the numbers, and he couldn't believe, and he was texting me, and then he called me and then said, but this cannot be right, you just have to tell me about it, because I don't know if I'm wrong, but this is really, really high numbers that I'm seeing here. And it is really impressive.
It's a powerful bonus. It's a very powerful bonus when you understand, when you connect the two dots, which is the money people are going to be making on these larger trade accounts that are in your network, right? And I know, and there's a lot of bulls in this room.
And no only, I'm sorry, Justin, only from your own network, people that you don't know because they're falling in the force matrix.
That's right.
Can benefit from that. Actually, I have leaders that just look this information and they have 8, 9, 10 people, under them. And when they open today, this back office, they, what the hell, what is that,
Right. And most of us are familiar with a matrix. I've built a couple. In fact, Ron and I first met was a 3x9 matrix. And we all know that in order to really take advantage of what you're explaining, it's best to be in a very advantageous position. And again, we're all sitting on this call before any of the masses have access to any of this stuff. So there is going to be some sense of urgency to get.
And I want to say something else. You're very tight and very close for the company.
Yeah.
At this moment. And like we have like 15 people, 13, 12 people here with all of us. And as you know, you're practically master distributor because there are not too many leaders we have less than 200 people in the company as we speak right now. And at this moment, we are in the earliest stages. So we are the one who bring down the information, and that's the really opportunity. The matrix is something that is additional on what you can do on the trading or what you can do on the unit level, but it's really powerful if you teach everybody to bring 3 people and you do that for every week. In 10 weeks, you can fill up this matrix. And we're talking about millions of dollars because everybody will withdraw every commission. So
everybody's going to make money from the passive income stream. Everybody's going to have to withdraw. 10% of those fees go into the matrix, and depending on what spot that person is will determine what percentage of another passive income stream you'll generate. Yeah.
Exactly. We appreciate everyone for their time to be here, and it's a pleasure to be sharing this vision because I think it was pretty different and pretty unique what we put together. You be the judge of that, of course. This is the levels that you can access depending on the package that you buy. If you purchase $1,000, you have the first 3 level and the 4th level. Everybody who purchased like a low package, 300, 500, they have the 3 level open. But like this
I have a question on this.
Yes, go ahead.
Ron called me afterwards and explained that to me. So the 30K package, for out of the gate opens up every level, correct?
You're muted, Oscar.
I'm sorry. Can you go over again?
So Ron called me and kind of confirmed this. And so when you decide what package you want to come in at, that 30K package out of the gate opens up every position in your matrix, right?
Exactly. That's correct.
One thing I want you all guys to understand is if you decide to come in with a lesser package, this is a key piece. If you decide to come in with a lesser package, and for instance, because this was a thought I had, and now all of a sudden you start to see your matrix filling in, you can upgrade to the higher package and you don't have to pay the entire package, right? Oscar, you pay the difference?
You pay the difference. If you're in 1,000, you pay another 1,000, and you are now open the 5th level.
Good.
And if you're 2,000, you want to go to 5K, you pay 3K, and that's it.
So just a key upgrade component.
Yeah, I had a question. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
So I'm familiar with these 3x10 force matrices. The thing is, in order to be paid, you have to have the levels open. So you can't have in this thing, you could have somebody, let's say they come in with the lower package, and then they'll have a whole bunch of people under them, but unless they upgrade, they won't be able to benefit, correct?
Correct. So if you bring somebody in, Guillermo, and they just start at the 300, and so that just opens up the first, I guess it's the first 2 or 3 levels. And let's just say they happen to get a leg that starts running and building, they can't benefit from those positions that are down in the lower levels unless they upgrade. And Ron, is there some sort of a compression there, or?
Well, compression.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Ron.
I'll let you answer the compression part, Oscar. What I was simply going to say was that you do have the ability, though, guys, to earn your way through. So if you came in at, say, $1,000 package, you can literally take your returns on that package and keep upgrading until you hit the $30,000 package without coming in the pocket again. So Waskar will get into the upgrades here in a moment. But Waskar, go ahead and talk about compression if you'd like.
Yeah, we don't think about compression because the only way we think compression is when somebody is abandoned their position and they have a time frame to renew their package or make another purchase. And, they have a time frame they're going to have in terms and conditions. But actually, we don't have any compression because it's, every position in the matrix making withdrawal and getting their money.
No time frame, really. And just so everybody knows, in case you didn't pick up on this, there's no auto ship, there's no monthly fees. It's a one-time purchase for the Academy trade package, and you're in your position.
Exactly. You're gonna see your product on your e-learning system, and you can access anytime you want, and you can follow up with the teachers and everything. But I think most of the people are gonna be in higher packages because the teams building, the people, the whole system. Remember, you be able to 4x. Like if you refer someone, that's additional money. You know, or on the trading and on the matrix. If you have uni level, that's additional. If you have matching bonus, that's additional. Right. Because we do have. Remember that we share from the 20% on the withdrawal fees. We share half on the matrix, but the other half we share global pool bonus. We share matching check.
But you haven't even got into that yet.
Exactly. So basically, you see here matching personal check. So 10%. So if you refer 5 people, 10 people, 20 people, and they're all down there in the matrix and they're making money in the matrix out of their check, you get 10%. Mm-hmm. That's another income that you have that is additional. Yes, Ron?
I just want to say here, back when I created FX Fighter years ago, we were missing the one component of a compensation plan here. And basically what happened was we were hitting 8 to 13% a week. And we finally made the announcement after we had, a 6-month track record of hitting those numbers. We made the announcement that we were going to go ahead and open up and allow, our friends and family and their referrals to start bringing some money to the table that we would trade. And what happened, in less than 30 days, we had $10 million deposited to us. And the problem was everybody wanted to get a piece of it. Okay, well, in the United States, I don't know where everybody sits, but in the United States, you got the SEC, you got the Securities and Exchange Commission that heavily regulates, securities. And I couldn't find a good way at the time to get through the fact that they didn't have to have a broker-dealer license. Okay, and so anytime you pay a referral at that time, it would always be in the gray area, or it was something that would literally get us shut down. So the genius behind this compensation plan is not just the fact it pays out a lot, but it doesn't pay out from the trades. All right, it's coming from a byproduct of the trade, which is the withdrawal. And in order to upgrade, or in order to, at the end of your contract obligation, if you put 100 grand in, you got your 200 back. If you didn't do any of the Forex stuff, otherwise you get 400 back. But once that obligation is hit, then you got to decide: am I going back in for another 100? Am I going to, what am I going to do at this point? All right. But that generates revenue that is then paid out to the field, taking care of that need, taking care of that, security violation, because it's not coming directly from the funds being traded. It's coming from another byproduct of it. So that's one of the things that I really love about the compensation plan here. Not just how much you can make, but the fact that it allows us, because guys, Luigi, I know you say, you guys are going to roll it out slow and stuff. But as well as I do, as soon as people start making money, they can't keep their mouth shut. It's going to get out there. It's going to happen. It just is what's going to happen. I've already lived it. I've already seen it. I already retired from it once.
The question right now I'm going to ask is this. In Cloud Token, the reason that we killed it so much was the transparency of, the money, because the money that we're paying out to the fields, where is it coming from? We can see it in Cloud Token. I mean, see it completely without any discrepancy. Is it the same thing here? I mean, do we have the same transparency and seeing what the company is doing with their trades?
Yes, 100%. You will have, yes. And that's another piece right there, guys, that makes this really a no-brainer. Anybody you talk to that comes to the table and looks at it and goes, wait, I can get involved in this for $300, 500, 1,000, 10,000, whatever level they want to come in at and they're comfortable with, then the next thing they need to do their due diligence. Well, if you have full transparency and they're able to go back and see the trades happening, thank you, right there. If they can go in and see the trades happening, okay, you got full transparency.
Yeah.
You're not convincing anybody to do anything. You're simply, being that bridge for them to get to this vehicle, continuing to do what they do on a daily basis, continuing to do the project with you guys, Justin, Luigi, and all you guys that are here as leaders, continuing to do that. But rather than having lazy money, they can now offload some of it, diversify it into something like this.
That's the biggest piece.
Solid, and they've done their due diligence. So
Yeah.
Somebody who's not building, who's just here and comes in as an investor. What can you expect to make a month? And there's no auto ship. There's no. So I put in $20,000. What can I make approximately? Given good and go.
You're gonna make between 25 and 30% a month out of your money on your deposit, which is a really, really high payout.
No, I mean 25-30% out of your deposit without any auto ship. Is that what you're telling me right now?
Absolutely.
Okay, well that's a very good deal because not everybody is a builder. So if we can get started with that, that's
and added another component, Luigi, that those people that are not making anything out of the building side, teams above him, that if he got a spillover in the matrix, all those commissions that withdraw are gonna make him double the money really faster, because he doesn't have to build to get benefit from the matrix, which is really good component on this bear side. Remember, this here says at the end of this matrix, say accelerate the bear capital. Remember, the bears are the one who are sitting there without building anything. So this matrix accelerate them on their packages. I wanted to show you this. Sorry.
No, please continue, Oscar. I'll ask you after. Chris wanted to ask a question. Please go.
Actually, this is a MetaTrader program application that we have. This account is actually an account that I set up for myself, which is how the operation, on the Forex market, buy in, buy out, sell and buy. And the program, the algorithm, what it does is the same, buy and sell. I don't know if you can see them down there, the benefit and the capital is 1,005, but it produced 1,476. So this is 47% in 1 month. Actually is what these generate in June. Okay.
Those are the trades right there, guys, what you just saw. Everything he's scrolling through, that's the software right there doing that. That's the transparency you guys are going to be able to offer to your folks when they come to the table.
So basically we are building a frame in the back office with the program, because if we put our MetaTrader right there as it is there, somebody can copy it and do something bad out there. So we want to put something that you can check the Vitacora of the trading, every transaction. You can go to the trader and see exactly transaction that is being made for our company. But actually, it's gonna be very good, and people are gonna be very, very excited with this.
So that kind of complements what Chris's question is. And so Chris is asking, is there going to be a MyFX book link with the company's trading history that we can see and share?
Exactly, and you can see it in real time also.
Yeah, Chris, they're going to have everything listed on MyFX book if it's not already.
If there's anybody here in the panel that wants to ask some questions, please unmute yourself and come ask it, because let's just take advantage while I have our two guests online. And it's good for all of us, because I'm not going to in any way pretend that I'm an expert here in the field. All I know is that I just want to do some crypto deals and accumulate some Bitcoins, that I want to do it with some transparent companies. And I don't want to bring people into slaughterhouse. So anybody have some good questions to ask here, please, before we get on?
So
actually,
I just want to clarify. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Faith. Let the lady take the floor.
I just want to clarify the compliance piece, of course. I'm always on the compliance piece. I don't like the SEC on me. And so what you're saying is we're separating two entities, two separate buckets. And so the trading bucket does not touch the commission bucket or the product bucket. They're totally two separate entities, and we're not getting any commissions or anything off of the trading.
Correct.
Rock and roll.
I want to share.
Bring on King T, please. He's in.
Yeah, Oscar, can you go over to that attendee list? Just hit on the bottom, and you'll see one attendee, King T. If you mouse over him, you can go ahead and hit the little menu, and you should be able to see promote to panelist.
Please.
King?
King T, it's one attendee.
So, Oscar, I had one quick question regarding what Luigi said. So 20,000 passively, you're talking about $4,000 a month, and this is not included any of the other programs or any of the other payouts, correct?
Yes, only for the deposit that you have on the broker.
Can you bring on King T, please? Wuskar?
I already did. I already authorized.
Okay. He's unmuted, yeah.
Yeah, can you guys?
Yep, we can hear you. We heard you for a second there. You went back to mute.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm in combat training right now, but I'm listening to everything. Actually, I'm getting in big trouble because I'm like watching the phone and trying to take all this in.
I'll share with them your picture, and he's literally in jiu-jitsu right now.
Yeah, I'm literally in here right now, but I'm loving this so much. Hello to everybody. I just have one quick question. We had a huge opportunity before with another Forex trading situation. But my question is, are we always able to access our original capital if we want to retrieve it? I want to be very clear about that because that was an issue that came up before when someone was trading for another company we're in, and these guys ran off with almost 17,000 Bitcoin. The trader did that in another company. So some of my leaders, I already know the first thing they're going to ask me is, how accessible is the capital, and where are the traders located, and how soon can we actually come out and see these guys in action? Because some of them have been burned badly. They will reinvest, but they want to be able to see, of course, the trading, and they want to know where folks are actually located at. I mean, some of these guys lost a couple $1 million. So I just wanted to get clarity on that aspect. And also, I see you using MetaTrader 4 in the display that you just showed, right? But the actual bots and the actual trading, where are the traders located at that are doing the trading right now? If you have like I said, a proprietary contract you have with these guys to stop anything going on where the trader may walk from the company, or and how responsible are they for the algorithm? Is this something they built themselves? And are they going to be able to maintain these type of returns that they're getting right now? Because we've seen situations where a bot has been able to return great returns for a month or even 6 months, and then sometimes the bot goes rogue. We've seen that before as well, that the earnings has changed completely the following month. So what has been the average of the actual algorithm over, say, the past 6 months?
We got about 3 questions there. We got, hold on.
Mute your mics. Everybody who's not speaking, please mute your mic.
That's his background. That background's coming from him. But he asked.
I'm sorry. That was my background. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. I just didn't want to miss the webinar.
It's coming from you. But you asked 3 different questions there. So the first question is dealing with the traders. Like, where are they located? What's your contract with them? And security that they're not going to. Do they have access to the funds? I mean, that sort of stuff.
Okay, let me go ahead and answer this one. Our traders or company is based in Panama. We have different traders in 3 different countries. At the time when we launch, we're going to present, and our brokers are going to be present in our main launch when we launch officially the company.
Which is about 60 days, right? Somewhere around 60 days?
Around 60 days is what we plan to launch officially. Okay. Because this pre-launch, you're not going to see the program showing the transaction during this time, you know, and people can decide if they want to wait or if they want to take the opportunity, you know, from now. What we guarantee is that if we're not doing well one day, you're going to see it. Right. If we're making trades good and we're doing well, you're going to see it as well. What we offer is transparency. What we offer is to be open. Because we see many programs and many companies that they don't show anything. So, and based on this compensation plan and based on as it is, we could make millions, you know, because out there's a market that just people that only wants to make money. But this is not what this is about. This is about putting together a cutting edge educational program, a really good academy, combined with a really and solid and trustful trading, corporate trading. So what we're gonna see in these 60 days, like the back office, there's many features that's been added day after day. We have 2 or 3 more weeks of programming because this back office, guys, is not some program that you buy on internet. This is really from zero. This is design and programming for our company. And Ron knows a lot about this because we spend many hours on that. So I don't know if you're seeing my screen, but I want to show a little bit of the back office, you know, if I can.
Sure.
Show,
and let's be clear, guys. We're in a pre-launch stage right now. I mean, this is like
pre-launch. It's 3 days. This is our third day.
Third day pre-launch, guys.
But we understand, Justin, what the concerns are,
Sure.
and we appreciate you guys for bringing this up, because this is what we've been doing. You know, we are doing something, and we want to do something different for
the liquidity question was a good question. Liquidity.
Yeah, but I still haven't had an answer to that yet. If they actually contracted with the actual traders, I don't know if I heard an answer to that. You guys have these traders contracted to the company, and if so, what kind of terms are they looking at? They contracted for a year, 3 years? I'm very curious because I'm gonna put $100 grand in. I want to know, am I able to touch my money when I'm ready? Because my other guys gonna ask the same question. They're gonna be very curious because that's what rocked a lot of these programs, you guys. It's not so much the company, it's the traders. If the trader and the programmer are not in sync, right? They're the ones who bring the capital in. I mean, we bring the people, but the returns actually come from what they do when they're doing their job. That's my only concern, is just knowing a little bit more about that aspect. You know, I'm gonna ride with it. I want to know how is the trader connected to the company, and are they under contract? That's a very, very reasonable question if we're talking about putting this kind of money.
I think that's a smart question also, especially with everything that's going on online these days. There's too much of these companies that have problems, that had beautiful words.
Too much BS.
Yes.
Well, listen, let's be honest. I mean, if you were to calculate the group that's just on this call right now, we're probably talking a couple $100 million worth of sales in cloud tokens. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I'm being very clear, and I hope to be, you know, that I can reach you with the answer that I'm gonna give you. Our traders are employees and they are under contract, but the main control in the money is in the company. The trading can access their account, but they don't have any access to our funds to withdraw or to touch our funds. The company is the one control everything. The traders are a group of really expert people who work for us, and they have a really good piece of their earnings. So they are working for what they're making. You know, they have a really good percentage of what they're making. So this company is based on results, and every one of those traders are really, really happy for making those results for the company because they're making their shares. So regarding the liquidity of the company is, you know, what you get is what you see is what you get. If the company, this company, fulfilling the contract with a lot of people, with time, the company has more and more money because for the fact that many people, when they double on their triple, their quadruple their accounts for, let's say, bonuses extra, if we pay you and we have to pay you $2,000 and you already make 500 from the trading, but you complete the earnings of your account, you know, for the matrix or for any other bonuses, and you make 2,500, we release from the responsibility because we don't owe you anything else because you reach your contract. Every time you reach your contract, and we still have the money on the broker. You following me? So we don't have a binary behind our backs pushing us to pay to bring more people. We don't have anything to hide because the compensation plan is structured based on our products. And we do have a really legit trading producing income for us. If we make 45, 50% a month, which is really, really low on the tools, the algorithm that we have, because we set up our algorithm for 1% daily. What happened is that we have a strategy to make money based on compounding. And we make that compounding, like Forex is 20 days a month. But if you take the calculation out of the 20 days, 1% is 20. But we make a lot more because we make out of compounding the earnings that we have. So we have, I think we have pretty special strategy. And our goal is to not lose the money of the people. And our goal is to share the company with the people, for the people. You guys are the founders of this company, and the compensation plan is shared for the members. The company makes money on their accounts, on their trading.
So it is contractual?
Hello?
Yes, it is.
Hello?
Okay, so with that, because my question, I'm here to answer one of my questions.
One second, Dr. King. Dr. King Crypto, 1 second. You're next.
Yeah, I have one, which is my other question didn't get clearly answered. Now, what about the withdrawal? Are you always able to withdraw that 70%? Not the 30% that goes into the education department.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Okay. Tell me what component you say you're not. Are you never able to withdraw? Are you only earning on it for a certain period of time? Contractually, that's the part I want to be very clear about.
Yeah, if you can mute it, I will answer that. So once you're buying a package, 30% is the value of the product. 70% goes to the broker, but the contract with us is to make double of the whole amount that you pay, or 4 times, 2 times or 4 times, but you need to wait until the earnings doubled your money. So you don't have an account with the broker. Our account is the one in the broker. So basically you don't have access to that deposit because it's in compounding with all the deposit pool that we have shared with the corporate account. So basically we are going to have a product. We're going to have a product in the mid future where with the knowledge that you have, that we teach you on the academy, that we're going to provide some tools, and we're going to share some tools with us, with you, so you can manage your own account and you have your own Forex account, and you're going to open your own personal account with the broker. And that's our main goal, to form a community to people to be able to manage their own accounts. But right now, the ecosystem and what we created is for us to provide people good results, to people, to guarantee the success for the people, because it's really risky. Like 5 or 10% of the brokers, of the traders, have success in this business, unfortunately. So
it's actually less than 5% actually. But so is there a time limit to how long it can take for it to double or to quadruple, or is it just whatever the duration it needs for you guys to return that amount?
I'm sorry, do you understand that? I'm sorry.
What's the length of a contract, basically?
Right. What is the length of a contract? I mean, you said, is there a time? Is there a term of how long you guys are doing, or is it just until you double or quadruple the returns?
You can double if you don't do any network, your contract is until reach 2x, until you reach your account on 200%. Is that the question?
Yes.
Yes, sir. How long do we have? Is there a set time limit that we can be on the contract, or is it as long as it takes?
No, there's no time limit. It's depending on the earnings of the trading. Like if we pay 25 to 30% a month, you can double your account in 6 months, or in 7 months, and 8 months, or you can do in 3 or in 2 or in 1, depending on your speed of the matrix. Because remember, if you're a bear, if you're sitting down there, and if you are not building, you probably are gonna have earnings daily, every week, for the training of the company. But if you have spillover, if you have people under you on the matrix, that will speed up the bear capital, which is the trading one. That center where you can make 2x, 200% of your money. So
it sounds like what you're saying is not just simply on the trading. And so if you're going to say, hey, I'm going to give you a contract, you can get double your money or quadruple your money. But it's also the trading as well as what you're going to make in that bear thingy you're talking about, that, you could be passive or you could be building, but all of that is included in the doubling?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Oh, so if I end up doubling my money just from recruiting, that means my contract is over, basically.
Correct. And that can happen in 24 hours. It could happen in a week. That's right.
Okay.
And now you can spend that entire.
And then you guys can just continue to upgrade, which creates withdrawal, which dumps it back in the matrix, and it just keeps feeding the cycle.
Gotcha.
But on top of that, you have access on that weekly basis to withdraw the payouts that are happening daily.
Yes.
So
Yes.
basically, this is the back office, so you can understand better. I'm gonna put it like bigger and one.
It looks good. We can see it pretty clear.
Hey, I
Okay.
had one question.
Yes,
Go ahead.
Listen, I've been trading since 2008, so I just maybe there's a problem in the terminology here, what you're using. But when you have that, when you mention it bear, you're not talking about shorting.
No.
Well, it's just a phrase, Guillermo.
That's what it means, right? Like a small.
They've taken a market phrase like bear and bull, and they've just used it to coin two of the speeds of the payouts. That's it.
The thing is, that's very important to professional traders that want to get in here.
Yeah.
They don't want to get into a bear fund, you know?
It has nothing to do with that.
Like me right now, I'm shorting the United States stock market. That's what I'm doing. And I'm waiting for the recession to kick in.
It has nothing to do with that. It just means they're a slow builder.
So just
change play on words.
I don't want to
hibernating, brother.
I like
Hibernating.
Too. I like that change too, because I have to explain it.
Yeah.
What do you mean, bear? What do you mean? Is this a slow path?
It is.
Is
It's for somebody that wants to come in the system and basically just collect their money passively. It's going to take them longer to get to their 2 times amount to where they can withdraw their contract. If you're a bull, that means you're building and you're going to get to the 4 times faster.
Yep.
I'll call it the slow lane and the fast lane. That's what
There
I'll
you
call
go.
it.
Listen,
So
you can call it whatever you want.
lane.
Just call it.
Fast, yep.
Yeah. In the slow lane, guys, you can only go 2x. If you're in the fast lane, then you can go up to 4x.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
I like it slowly and fastly.
Me too.
That's right.
You guys are the best. So that's the idea, you know. So this is what we did. It was a simul, you know. So people identify, you know, and they create that culture. When you need, you know, if you go to a bullseye, you're gonna make more money. So actually, all the bonuses are here. Right now, there's a referral that I have the most, and then unit level, personal matching, and everything that has to be with network. So why you have bear capital attached with the fourth matrix? Because the matrix accelerate this bear thing. So if you don't building anything, those people that are building actually above you and then under you, they're gonna make you double your money faster. They're gonna speed up the process for you. And this is a really cool thing to have because allows the people that are not building, that are investor, you know, they want their money, you know, like a bear, hibernating, sitting there, you know, they are in the beach. Just taking
can I ask a question, please?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I have a question regarding the brokers that you're using. Are you using one broker or are you using several brokers? How does that work?
We are using at the time 3 brokers. We have Swiss Quote, we have Ever Forex, and we have Hot Forex. I need to mention one of these brokers is like a bank from more than 100 years. And we've been in contract with them for several months, and we have really, really good deals with our brokers. So actually, we feel very confident for that. And you guys are gonna know, you know, when we do events, they're gonna be present in the events, you know, endorsing the company. So this is really important that we have that relationship and open relationship.
Now, the liquidity of these brokers, how much due diligence have you done on them as far as the liquidity of these brokers?
Well, the due diligence of 100 years.
No, I'm
they
talking
are
about
banks.
100 years. I understand that, but I'm talking about the liquidity. It's a lot of brokers that's been out there a long time. The biggest FX broker in the United States of America, $40 billion without a business. So
I know what you mean, and I'm gonna share with you something that costs us money, and then that we know that a few brokers do that. And what the brokers do is they don't go with your money to the market because they are betting on you're gonna lose your money. So sadly,
most brokers trade against you.
And they well, I cannot say names or anything, but some even manipulate some graphics and numbers because they don't go with your money to the market, and that's the reason why some of those, like you mentioned, are really, really exposed, and they're go to broke because what about if you don't go to the market and the client make a lot of money? You lose everything. So they don't have a backup to respond to that. So we been dealing with really extreme, delicate information, and we've been connected with really good people. And that's why I said that we are blessed and we have the fortune to have a really good team. And I assure you guys that we're not doing anything that we don't know what we're doing. So actually,
so then the contract that the individual distributor has is through you, and it's not through the broker individually.
Exactly. We are the one who has the ability because we have the contract with the broker. And what you're doing is you're depositing into a pool. You're depositing your money into a pool, a general pool, and then we manage that capital for you. Okay, you are going to have that ability because we are going to provide that service where people are going to be connected and they're going to be able to open their own accounts. But you know that the fact that we have that academy, that we putting together this academy, is to teach people how to do it, and they can have like the freedom, you know, and the knowledge to manage their own fund if they choose to. But not
the ability to throttle that. I saw the question earlier about the, you know, can they throttle up or not with the software. When you guys trade your own money, that's when you can take those risks. But the company's not taking the additional risk to throttle up your account.
At what point can you trade your own money? At what point is that?
Daily.
I'm sorry, what was that?
When you can do withdrawals?
No, at what point will we have the ability to trade our own money using the bot?
Trade. I'm sorry. Okay.
Correct.
No, you can open an account and trade yourself anytime you want, but we are in a pre-launch stage, and then we are going to launch officially, and then in periods of 90 days, we're going to release and we're going to roll out different products, because this academy and the corporate trading is, you know, the first stage. The second stage you're going to be able to manage your own capital. You're going to learn first because we're going to have a really good teachers and the academy. And then we have those tools, the algorithm that we have something that we call Auto Trader. That is a really cool tool that we're going to share with our users. And we're going to be able to roll out this in different stages. But the vision that we have is really, really huge. And I really, really love the fact that you're asking me all these questions, because it tells me the kind of leaders that you guys are, and the wish that you have to do something big and transparent and great. And I thank you all for this.
That's what it all comes down to, is the transparency.
Exactly.
I have one final question regarding regarding regulations. In the U.S., if you are promoting an opportunity where you are referring people to an opportunity where they're giving up their money and they're losing control and access to that money, that could be construed as you selling the security.
That's why I asked that question about whether or not you had access to your own capital. So he's raising the same question because it is against regulation here. That's why I'm trying to get clarity on that. I don't want no smoke with the SEC.
Yeah, because what is happening is that what is going to happen, people going, network marketers, they're going to get out there and start making these claims about you making 20, 30, 40% on their money. And now, but people don't have.
Come on, network marketers don't make no claims.
No, but I'm dead serious.
I feel you, brother.
Because what happened is that people will get out and start. I don't care how much control you think you have, and it all falls back on the responsibility of the company to be responsible for controlling the content, even though you might have strong regulations. But the challenge I see, and maybe you've figured it out, and maybe you can enlighten me, but the problem that and I don't want to call it a problem, but I'd say maybe a challenge would be taking people money, pooling it together, and now we out promoting the opportunity that we're giving up money, and that could be construed as far as the SEC is concerned as selling the security.
That's true. Ron, you want to say something regarding to this?
My final question would be, who is your SEC attorney that has given you, you know, the green light to promote or to market this product in the fashion that you're doing so?
You're going to say something, Ron?
Oh, I was going to address part of it. So with the lost my train of thought there, actually, I'm sorry. The
claims.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the claims, the people claiming earnings, promoting
the problem is that people don't have control of their own money. See, once you give up control and that money goes to a company and you are out promoting and helping and convincing people to send them, because you know people gonna start showing their back office and their statements and showing how much money they're making, and it's gonna be
It's always happened. Yeah. I understand your concern, and let me tell you, that's why we present the information the way we present, and that's why we don't take U.S. money and we don't take fiat money. Like we are out of the jurisdiction because we don't take any fiat. So in order to buy product from our company, you need to deposit Bitcoin. Okay, so
right,
hold it now. With that, hold on, brother, hold on. Even with that, what he's saying is even with the BTC, it's the same thing.
But the problem with that is they've taken fiat and converted to Bitcoin. How do you get around that?
Correct, because that is still an issue. Because that's what happened with TradeCoin Club. They had the same issue.
Right. Because you know we
as a company we take in fiat, or people are taking fiat.
No, you're converting the crypto, the fiat to crypto to pay out.
Right. Jay, you know what? Faith knows what we're talking about.
The issue isn't the currency. If you read the law, the regulation, the issue is actually you holding on and pooling the funds. That is the real legal compliance issue. And I think that if you look at Cloud Token, they've addressed that because we have access. That's why I asked about
access to our money. Yep. Faith, what she just said is the exact thing I was talking about, ladies and gentlemen. If you take that money and that money is not controllable by the person who put in the initial deposit, that's 70% we're talking about. If they don't have access to that capital anymore, you get yourself a securities violation.
Well,
smoke with the SEC.
Let me tell you one thing. You have access to a penalty. Like we're gonna put that on the terms, policies, and condition. If you want to withdraw, you will have able to withdraw your deposit.
And that's what we're doing with Cloud Token. And so
exactly.
That money is liquid, but we pay a 10% penalty to liquidate those funds.
Exactly.
Okay, but Justin, when I just asked that question a minute ago, he said that you could not withdraw the funds. Now he's saying that you can withdraw with a penalty. Now, which one is it? Can you withdraw your original 70% balance with a penalty? Is that what you said? And how much is the penalty?
Exactly. You cannot withdraw any money from the compensation plan because this is what it is based, the business. The business is that you need to wait until the terms of the earnings completed 2x. Now, in the United States laws, I think is a really special market regarding what you're saying and selling securities. Now, we do have a product that we're selling. This product comes along with the deposit in a pool, and we're not taking any fiat. The company is taking cryptocurrency.
Fiat is irrelevant. Legally, fiat is irrelevant. If it's a currency, a dollar, an apple, a rock, it really doesn't matter. The issue is you are controlling that, and when you take control of those, if we lose control of our funds, it is a security, and it's not just the United States. Here's what I'm going to recommend, because there is a fix, because that is just the truth. there is a fix, and I'm going to just advise that you go speak with your lawyer, because that's the only sticking point, but it could be a major one. And I would recommend that you go back, and there's a way you can get around it. Because I understand that you're compounding the funds. So if you allow people to have that liquidity, then your strategy is no longer going to be a valid strategy. So I get that, but there's got to be a way. I know there's there's got to be a way.
Well, the way as I see it is that what you're doing in Cloud Token, that you'll be able to access your fund, and we already have that on the terms and conditions, that where you can access your fund. But if you want to withdraw, if you want to
right.
what I mean,
tell us about that part. That's what I want to know about. Tell me about the withdrawal and the penalty for the withdrawal. That's what we're asking about.
Exactly. So depending on what your earnings are, what your earnings are and what you withdraw from the first capital on the deposit, how much money do you have, the remaining, and then you have the penalty. Right now, I can tell you, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. We have 3 days of operation. We are in pre-launch, and I'm not gonna lie to you saying that we have that percentage defined.
Right.
We need to define that.
Okay, so that's what it is. So it's still being developed.
Because I'm not gonna lie to you, because it will be starting on the wrong foot, and we are like open and transparency, and we want to be like that with you guys that are gonna be the founder of the company. So
there's still things that we're working on that are about 2 weeks out. Okay.
One thing that I would make a suggestion to kind of, and you need to, consult legal counsel for this and the SEC attorney, but where you can make a person, anyone that puts money in, that they can withdraw their money at any time. And obviously you can put a penalty on that.
Exactly.
But this is how Wealth Boss gets around that, is that they allow you to take your money anytime that you want. If you're not satisfied, you do it you request your money. They have a week to get you your money. They close your account. It's actually a 1-year contract that you have to commit to. But anytime during that 1 year, you can get your money if you so choose. So that being said, if you make that available where people can get their money, but you say it's a 20% early termination fee, something to discourage them from withdrawing, you might have some legal standing there. And but you gotta put yourself in the position where people can get their money if they need it.
It's true, and that's the way around the law, that we don't hold people's funds, and that's what we want. We don't want to have a company that is decentralized and not be able to work in the United States, because there are so much people who need a really good deal in the United States, and we have a lot of families, friends, and leaders on that market. I mean, I could stay like in Asia and Latin America, and would be fine, and it would be like a billion company in no time. But what we're doing is something that goes beyond, because we want to have not the trading the center of this company. We want to have a culture, and we want to build a real educational product around this company. So yes, Ron?
Yeah, I know what I was going to address earlier too. Somebody's got a lot of feedback, if we can figure out who that is. Thanks, Luigi. Okay, yeah, what I was going to address earlier, and I lost my train of thought, was you had talked about the controlling the content that goes out, okay? From a software standpoint, that's what I was going to address. It was from a software standpoint. So anyways, with the controlling the content, because of the fact that, as Justin said, and everybody knows, network marketers make false claims, okay? And being former corporate for multiple network marketing companies, the corporation always holds that liability. Okay.
Yeah.
And so what we are doing is, as soon as we finish up the software that is for all the commission tracking and everything, which is just about completed here, once that's 100% locked off, then the next phase of this, guys, is that we're going into a full marketing system that's going to have the ability for corporate, their compliance team, to approve or deny certain content in which we collaborate with them on. Okay, so myself, my advertising, branding, and marketing teams that we've compiled of 50 plus people that have worked as high as Fortune 100 companies, Microsoft Gaming and so on, doing the marketing at that level. We will collaborate with Cash Forex Group on the content, and then that content will be fed back into a controlled system. And then once the compliance officer says, yes, that's good, and he hits submit, or he hits approve, I should say, that's when it's released to the field. Now, there's two ways from there to do it. Anybody who's opted into that marketing system with their social networks, it will automatically post out there for them. Otherwise, they could take the content from their back office and go and post that out there at that time. But that's how we control the marketing of it. And then also within the Conversion Pros being the only authorized marketing system for it at that time, anybody who's creating funnels or capture pages within our system, anytime Cash Forex Group or Cash FX Group, or we'll put a list of different things that it will trigger, it will actually catch that somebody's creating a page without approval. So what it does at that point is they can save it, but they can't disperse it. Okay, it has to go through the channels of approval. So that way, it's protecting the company. We want to make sure you and I, okay, all of us, that I'm talking about the leaders you get there, guys, because I'm not Cash Forex Group, corporate or anything, but we want to make sure that we protect this company. We want to make sure, like you guys just did, bring good feedback here to make sure that the company's here for the long term. So that's where my company comes in. The Conversion Pros is we create that level of protection. And we also help with the policing of the content. So, we'll be policing the internet, looking for content that's out there that shouldn't be. So that's what I wanted to speak on, was the control of the content that will be flowing to the public once that system is completed.
And one thing that I like to add, since this is a financial company, that in doing the compliance, that you would have maybe a video series, or maybe one video that they would have to go through the policies and procedures with understanding, and have them answer 10 to 15 questions.
Yep.
That pertains to that to the terms and agreement, and they don't get paid commissions until they pass.
Absolutely, and that will flow right into the e-learning system we're putting together for them. I already developed that for the biotech industry, and we'll be doing the same thing here. It's going to be a full e-learning system with a test at the end. Yeah. Right.
But I'm referring to as far as the terms and conditions. That way, no one can have an excuse that they didn't know, or if anything was to come about the compliance and people not knowing, where you can print off the test and say, well, here it is. They took the test and passed, so they definitely understood the policies and procedures.
When they get terminated, they can't talk crap.
Yeah. or if you run into issues with regulators, you can always say that this individual went through this step-by-step process initially before even being able to deposit any kind of funding or anything of that nature as well. So we've seen that kind of testing on some platforms before. That's been very helpful. And I appreciate this gentleman. I don't know his name, the one that just brought that up. But the gentleman that was just speaking about the Conversion Pros, I want to say I use your system. Justin introduced that piece to me, and it's been marvelous putting that and using that as well. But my main concern, I just want to make sure I'm very clear, I'm hoping you guys get a very competent SEC attorney that can give you guys the proper insight with that component about making sure people have access to their funds. If that can be addressed, I'm 100% on board. But we've seen so many issues in the past 2 years with company with this particular business model that are pooling funds, and then later on down the line, there's all kind of shenanigans going on. And I've seen the government sending out people all the way to Belize City looking for individuals that were running these programs. So whether it's based in Panama, Belize City, no matter where it's located, and trust me when I'm telling you, I can tell you some stories. They will send those people out to see you for a fact. And I bear witness to it myself, and I've seen what they've done. So don't think because you're in a jurisdiction in Panama or Belize City that you are going to be able to search these regulators. These guys will come and put your lights out if you're playing with U.S. investors' money. That's why you got to be very careful with how you set up these compensation plans. And Faith, you know what I'm talking about. These folks ain't playing out here right now.
Listen, there's a lot of experience on this call, guys. I mean, that's clear, and so this is very valuable stuff.
Yeah.
And Justin, I'll add to that right there. Actually, I know exactly what he's talking about. I lost millions of dollars out of Latvia and Nevis. I had bank accounts out there, and I didn't do anything wrong. I was in with a trading company, a trading group at the time, and they literally went in, U.S. flexed the muscle, and confiscated our accounts.
Yep.
So that was close to $5 million I lost on that deal. But so I fully understand what you guys are talking about there, and so yeah, no, I completely agree with you.
It's really valuable input, guys, and I really appreciate it. And that's why we're here, because you're top leaders, you have experience, and that's what we want. Actually, we build this company for the leaders and for the community. We want to be transparent. We set up a really strong ecosystem to the money flow, you know, in order to get the Bitcoin to fiat and to fiat to the brokers and in and out, and to be able to pay out without any worries, because we don't touch the money of the people. And if we do well, guys, people are not gonna be complaining about it. It's really a small window that we go wrong, because we test out this technology and we have a pretty special things running. And I know it's a really, really early stage. There are really a lot of stuff that we need to take care. But most of it, the most important thing to roll out this opportunity to be really at this time, to be joining in this time, is this, to be able to see all those things that needed to be done, but we know that we need it, you know. And this is the time for our visionaries. This is the time for our leaders, and I really appreciate that contribution that you put out here tonight. I really appreciate it.
Well, listen, guys, we're going on 2 hours here, and so I want to respect everybody's time. Is there any other questions that have not been answered?
Yeah, this is Bob Ullman. Can I? Yes. Hi, and thanks for everything. And I think it's great that the compliance issues came out, because I was thinking about a lot of that as well. So thank you, those who asked those questions. And hi, Tony. We connected earlier, so I'll just give a shout out.
Oh, wow. Is that you? Hey, what's up, man?
That's Bob.
Small world.
Bob. And it's funny. But here's
I love Tony.
My quick question on the packages. You buy a $5,000 package. Let's say I double that package in. Let's say I'm a builder, and it happens that within a week I can manage to double my package. So I have 10,000 back. Okay, because it's doubling the total amount of the package that we're talking about. Now, you talked about upgrading when you want, but if the package has been paid out, in other words, like if it just before you actually completely doubled, can you actually upgrade at that point? Or if it actually goes to the point where they've done the total payout, do you just have to buy, in other words, that extra, let's say you wanted to put another $5,000 to make it a $10,000 package, do you have to do that before it actually runs out? Because there were some crypto programs that ran a similar way, and that's why I have some knowledge of the way these things work. That's why I'm asking this.
Very good question. If you are on 99%, you can upgrade it. But if you reach 100% or 200% actually, that is double, you have to repurchase, the same one. So it's better actually to go and put the same amount of money, which is 5K, to go to the 10K and not renew. Because if you put an upgrade with the same amount of money, you're gonna be in a higher package. So actually the same program gives you the ability to go and grow with the packages that are further, higher. Because it's the same amount. It's the same amount of money. It's just upgrading.
Exactly. That's better that you have it that way. Thank you.
Exactly.
I have one final question regarding that comp plan. And you said it wasn't any compression. But if you're not on another level, like if you're not getting paid if you're not getting paid on the fourth level, is that breakage?
So basically, if you're only qualified for 3 levels and you have people in 4, 5, and 6, where is that money going? Right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Is it passing up, or is it simply just breakage in the matrix?
Right. Correct.
The company absorbs that money if you're not qualified, because
Gotcha.
it's belong to you, but you're not qualified. So it's company's money that is being left out.
So that's the breakage. So
yeah.
If, wow. Okay.
And actually, with the uni level, you have like open the 10 in pre-launch. We open the 10 levels deep without any
requirements.
Requirement, any qualification.
So during pre-launch, guys, we have access to all of the 10 levels in the uni level. Once they go live, then we have the qualifications will kick in to open up the level percentages.
Actually, I want to jump onto another call. Has been calling me from the whole night, but I'm really happy to share this vision with you guys. Thank you, Justin, Luigi, and of course Ron, to put out this call, and all of you, for your input, your leadership. And, we have a huge and great opportunity in front of us. With God in front, be able to delivers for all of you guys. We have really amazing
time.
team.
We appreciate your time, Oscar. Thank you, Ron. Guys, if you have any other questions that come up, you wake up and you have a question, just message us, and Luigi and I will make sure that we get it to Oscar. You're on mute, Luigi.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
What we should do, okay, I think, Justin, is another WhatsApp group, just for everybody that was on the call here.
Yep.
So if anybody have anything to formulate, maybe we can, just maybe add Ron to that call.
Is that okay, Ron, if we put you in kind of just a leadership WhatsApp group with us?
I would rather you bring him back if you can. I'm already pretty slammed, like 6.5 days a week right now. So
okay,
well,
yeah.
So I'll set us up a WhatsApp group, Luigi. You and I will make sure tonight we have everybody that was on this call in that group.
Tonight, so we'll create the group. We'll send the link out to everybody. So this way, everybody that was on the call will be at least in that group. If there's other questions that come out, we'll get those questions up to Ron and to the owner there. So at least we're all connected directly there. So that would be a good idea at least.
Sounds great. Thanks, guys.
Thanks everybody for coming on.
Thanks everybody. Thank you guys.
All right. Take care, guys. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Ron.
You're welcome, sir.